So with this 2024 election year, I wanted to ask all of you, what's at stake for you with these upcoming elections?
I remember getting a text, and someone did sent me a text to the extent that Joe Biden is stepping down, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
Because
Especially
after
at this point in time, yeah.
right? Because like after we saw, the debate,
Yeah.
America was concerned.
For me, what's at stake, I look at, pocketbook theories, the economic theories. Are we going to be better off a year from now? And were we better off a year ago?
What shows for me is the structure or the current institutions that are involved, their leadership, to let them know that the power comes from the people. Because if you look how it was originally set up, Kamala probably would not have made it in the primary if it was a traditional primary.
For me, thinking him getting in that seat and undoing all the work of our people that we've worked really hard to do. We're talking about just fundamental rights of being here as a people.
I'm challenging student government presidents to, step up and rally people, or we need to speak to them and say, these individuals in colleges, you need to vote, you need to bring your 18-year-old counterparts to the poll. Parents, bring your whole family to the poll. Most of the time, there are 5, 6 people in the household who can vote, so don't just vote alone. We don't have to go next door. We could go right in our household and come out to vote.
Now, one thing I'm curious about is the Black conservative perspective. Is that a voice that could get lost, perhaps, in the energy? Could that, could it make sense for a Black conservative lived experience or perspective to not vote for her?
When you walk in a room, you see a Black person. You don't see a Republican, you don't see a Democrat. And it depends on what your state of mind is, because sadly some of us are into the protectionism world, and some of us deal with the realities of what's before us.
Yeah.
That no matter what your political ideology is, you're a Black person in America, and it will impact you no matter who you vote for. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Fiscally, there are things that align with me that are Republican. But when it comes socially, I'm concerned about housing. I'm concerned about the needs of the least of us, right?
Yeah.
Because in our community, we've been taught as a community, no matter how high you rise, you have to be concerned about the greater good, and that's why I love the Kwanzaa principles, because those principles are something that we employ into our community, and those are lived experiences, right?
I also think early voting has had an impact, maybe not so much in
early
New
voting.
York,
Yeah.
but if you think in Georgia and Atlanta area, that had extreme impact with the senatorial race with Senator Raphael Warnock.
And I'm going to tell you, I really believe that is the driving energy, being an educated voter, an informed voter, that voter that knows what it is. So when someone comes to you, go, nah, I've seen that movie before. That's not what's happening. This is what that is. And that's going to energize people.
We ain't buying that ticket.
Right, exactly. Whatever you're selling, we're not buying. Whatever you're selling, we're not buying.